from Los Angeles. I'm Jenny Taft here with Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharp. It's Friday. Good morning.
Hi, Jenny. How are you?
Good.
How are you, Mr. Sharp?
I would like to be greeted first. Good morning, Mr. Sharp. Good morning, Miss Taft.
Why are we being so proper?
That's how I want to be.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Sharp.
Thank you.
How do you do today?
I'm good. How are you?
Great.
Skip, tomorrow is Savannah State's commencement. They're going to be 450 young men and women going to receive their degrees. And I want to take this moment to say congratulations as you finish one chapter of your life and start to embark upon a new one. Just remember Savannah State's famous motto, you can get to anywhere from here. You have been equipped with the tools to become successful in any chosen profession you choose. Again, congratulations from one Savannah State alum to another now.
Whoa.
Very cool.
Well
Savannah
done.
State, baby, we do big things down there.
You can get to the mountaintop of Undisputed from
That was
Savannah
really
State.
good.
And they see every day how I beat you down.
Do they?
Yes, they do.
I hope they believe that.
I'm inspired. We got a lot to get to on today's show. Will the Warriors win without Kevin Durant? And will Jason Kidd be the next Lakers coach? New day, another option. We are going to start in Philly. The Sixers were on the brink of elimination last night, but they stepped up big time against the Raptors. Philly got huge contributions from all three of their stars. Jimmy Butler had a team-high 25 points, and Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons bounced back after struggling in the series. Embiid had 17 and 12. Simmons added 21 points. Game 7 will be Sunday back in Toronto. Shannon, who you got? Who wins Game 7?
I'm going to take Toronto. Skip, I believe this is the reason why you fight so hard in order to get home court throughout the playoffs. Because if it were to go a Game 7, you must feel very comfortable that having that game in your building. Teams normally play better. Role players play better. And you have the crowd behind you to give you a little boost. But they need to get up to a fast start. You don't want to have that doubt creep in. They're trying to erase demons of the past. Skip, we know what happened last year. They were the number 1 seed and got swept. We know what happened the year before. They were number 2 seed and got swept. So the playoffs have not gone very well for the Raptors over the last couple of years. They've changed, different coach, got Kawhi now, Danny Green, they traded for Gasol. They don't want the same thing to happen again. Different roster, same Raptors. But I do believe that they will win Game 7 because I don't know. You gonna tell me Ben Simmons is gonna give me another 21-point game? Because Jimmy Butler has been their best player throughout the series. With the exception of the first game, I believe.
I don't know, Game 3. Yeah.
But you see,
That
okay.
was the Joel Embiid.
Okay, what about Game 2 when he went 30? When Jimmy Butler went 33 and 10,
Right.
and then Game 4, and then Game 5. He's been consistent throughout.
I'll give you that.
We know Joel Embiid is the best player, but in this series, Jimmy has played the best.
Yep.
And so I just can't put a whole lot. And like you said, am I going to get this kind of performance from Joel Embiid? He looked a lot more active last night. Didn't have great numbers, 17 and 10, 17 and 12, but a plus 40. I don't know if I've ever seen that before, Skip.
That's huge.
Have you ever seen a plus 40?
I don't remember one.
I had to look twice at the
It's
number.
a little bit of an anomaly. I'm not sure it really says much, but go ahead.
Well, he was plus 40 they were plus 40 when he's on the court, minus 29 when he was off the court. This game wasn't as close as, the final score would indicate, Skip. So, watching this game last night, I saw Philly front run a little bit. A couple of shots go in, and they started going bonkers. And Steve was telling me, because I don't listen to the sound, they had a big lead. Toronto cuts into it, and all of a sudden the fans are booing.
Yeah.
I believe it'll be a different situation this time around, Skip. I believe Toronto with Kawhi. And they have a lot of guys that have Game 7 experience, and I think that's going to come in. That Game 7 at Kawhi, in the NBA Finals, Danny Green's been to Game 7. Mark Gasol has been in some Game 7. So I like Toronto to win that Game 7, and move on to face the Milwaukee Bucks.
So, I picked the Sixers going into the series. Excuse me, I got something in my throat. I will use that if you'll give it.
Yeah.
Is this from Savannah State?
That's Savannah State.
Have some of that
Boy, you're going to be real smart, Skip. You better get...
I've actually got hairspray in my mouth.
It happens. I hope it's not my fault. It might be a little bit.
That's Nushin's fault.
It was.
Got it?
Get my water
Thank
back.
you. I picked the Sixers going in. I'm sticking with the Sixers in Game 7 because I'm going to say this one more time. I do not trust number 2 in the biggest situations. If this game is close into the fourth quarter, as I think it will be, number 2 will fade. We saw him fade late in Game 3, and we saw him fade in different ways in Game 4, even though in Game 4 he did hit a big shot at the end over the walking dead that was Joel Embiid after he got that switch. To me, the Raptors at heart are still the Raptors. The new DeMar DeRozan is number 2. Now it's the North, and we'll see how he responds under huge home Game 7 pressure in his new digs. He won it out where he was often a complimentary star in San Antonio.
He felt underappreciated. He felt underappreciated.
Did he? Okay, well, we'll see how that goes. And I'm sticking with the Sixers because I think we saw again last night, they're just the better team. They are definitely the mentally tougher team when they want to be, when they need to be, when they come out with fire in their eyes and in their stomachs.
Okay.
And last night they did. They got pushed backs to wall, and I think they'll still be backs to wall when they go back to Toronto for Game 7, where they did win Game 2. So it's not like this has been strictly home and home through this series. And last night, to me, was a tour de force of just how dominating this team can be when it feels like it.
Sure.
Why did it feel like it? I guess just because it got humiliated, it got shamed, it got heavily criticized over the last 48 hours, and it said, okay, watch this.
Right.
And when this team says, watch this team is good enough to beat the Bucks in the next round. Again, it's got to win Game 7. It is. It's good enough to beat the Bucks because it has that much star power and firepower at the top. So what did we see last night? Obviously, as you point out, Jimmy Butler is just a cold-blooded killer. Jimmy Butler will his team to crucial wins because he demands of his teammates that they raise their games to his level. And he did it again last night with 19 points in the first half. That set the tone. He wasn't that great in the second half because he didn't really need to be. Because other guys began to rise and shine. And what about Ben Simmons? You have been highly critical of him, and you should have been highly critical. I have no issue with that because he deserved all of your criticism. And last night, when his button was pushed, don't ask me how, why, but button got pushed. He was dominating last night. He is 6 feet 10 inches tall. And as Brett Brown said, I think yesterday at the shoot-around, to Brett Brown, he's the fastest player he's ever seen on a basketball court because at 6'10", he's got long strides, and once he gets unleashed in any breakaway situation, he puts so much heat on the defense because he gets there so fast, and he either kicks it to somebody because he can pass it, man. Yeah. He's got a great eye, or he can just beat you to the rim and get, again, we know he doesn't have much of a shot, but if he gets to the rim, somewhere close to the rim, the ball's going in the rim. And he's going to shoot a high percentage. He made 9 of 13 shots last night.
Well, all of it was in the paint, Skip.
Okay, but I'm saying, but if he gets there first, he's going to score.
Prior to last night, he had averaged 28 points over the last 3 games. He had 21 last night.
Okay.
So the question is, will Toronto be able to keep him out of the paint like they did the previous 3 games? I believe they will.
Yep.
Are you willing to trust what you saw last night from the Sixers? Are you going to trust that?
Yes, I'm going to trust that. When push comes to shove, and again, now we get down to the bottom line for the Philadelphia 76ers. When Joel Embiid inexplicably feels like it, he's easily the best player on the floor in this series because he's the best player in the East post-LeBron. And he's on his way to becoming one of the best big men ever. And we didn't see it in the first half last night because he basically walked through the first half. And then I don't know what happened in the third quarter, but something special happened in the third quarter because he started to either recover from his many viruses that he's had, or maybe his knees just uncreaked a little bit. Maybe they started to feel a little better.
Yeah.
Maybe his meds kicked in. I have no idea what happened, but something happened to Joel Embiid in the third quarter because that was a tour de force just in the quarter. 10 points, 6 rebounds. And I don't know if you happen to catch this, but he blocked 2 shots late in that quarter.
Yeah. But when Kawhi dunked on everybody.
Okay. Can we maybe see those 2 shots? I don't know, the 2 shots that got... Did you see that? That's a body bag. Is he still alive? Did they have to?
He lost the ball going up anyway.
Oh, did he lose the ball going up? Get that stuff out of
He didn't
here.
lose the ball on that.
Messages sent. He made number 2 look small. He told number 2, you don't belong in this paint. I own this paint.
But you remember Sunday
Yeah.
when he dunked on everybody?
He just dunked on nobody.
Everybody.
Nobody. They just watched him.
Okay.
Mike Scott, come on.
No. Embiid got some of that too up under the rim.
You know, it just struck me last night. Number 2's feelings might have been so hurt by those 2 blocks that he might need a day off on Sunday.
No,
he might
good.
have to sit this one out.
We good.
You sure?
We good.
Because he's capable of just saying, I'm aching. My thigh hurts.
You hope that's what the case may be, but I don't believe. I believe you'll see a virtuoso. I believe you're going to see something special
I haven't
from
seen
Kawhi.
it yet.
Yes, you have, Skip. You saw it Sunday. Yes,
No, I didn't. I saw him miss 4 free throws in the fourth quarter.
Did you see him make 11 or 12 last night? That's what I was working. I said, hey, make these things, Kawhi. Make them. So guess what? That's what's going to happen. Well, I mean, for Toronto, you fought all year. And this is what you'd hoped, that if it gets to game 7, it's going to be in our building. And they got the team. Granted, we know it. Look at Joel Embiid and Jimmy Butler and